Gen 1, of course, we can receive Charmander as a starter from Professor Oak's lab.
At least until Pokemon Yellow, where you can obtain it from a boy on Route 24.
It's implied that this boy is Damien, and he'll give you a Charmander if your Giga Chad trainer status is high enough.
Then we get 2 whole generations of Charmander being a trader event exclusive.
Other than Fire Red and Leaf Green, of course, where our boy is still a starter Pokemon. Not a first partner Pokemon, but a starter Pokemon.
You can also use him in Coliseum and XD, although only via trade.
On the DS, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum limit this guy to Pal Park, unfortunately.
But in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they let you receive one from Professor Oak after defeating Red.
Gen 5 goes back to making Charmander pretty exclusive, this time to Global Link events or by using the Poke Transporter.
Gen 6 brought this guy back in a big way by making him the second starter Pokemon you receive in that game.
In Sun and Moon, Charmander is only accessible via trade or via Pokemon Bank, but Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon make him accessible on Route 3 through the island scan that we've talked about with Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee bring back Charmander on Route 24, just like in Pokemon Yellow, but this time you need a Pokemon caught requirement.
I guess Damien got picky, but you can also catch Charmander as a special spawn on Routes 3, 4, and in the Rock Tunnel for some reason.
Dude, that's because Marowak are just Sandshrew with skulls on their head, and a lowland Marowak is just a Charmander with a skull on his head. Makes sense to me.
Caden, that was the most Nat Geo History Channel take I've ever heard.
Charmander survived Exit and was even on the champions team in Galar.
Not only that, but Leon literally gives you a Charmander after beating it, leaving it in his bedroom for you in Postwick, and this thing can Gigantamax.
Big boy Charmander. There were also some max raids you could get Charmander in. Unfortunately, our boy Mustard got stuck with the 2 worst Kanto starters. Mustard just would have been unstoppable with a Charmander on his team, obviously.
In BDSP, Charmander...
BDSP allows you to catch Charmander in the Grand Underground, specifically in the Volcanic Caves, Sandseer Cave, and Typhlow Caverns.
And of course our guy was left out of Legends Arceus.
In Scarlet and Violet, Charmander was initially unobtainable. That was until Charizard was released in a Terra Raid event with the Mightiest Mark.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this might be the only time ever that you would have to get a Charizard before you can get a Charmander in-game, as the only way to get a Charmander at the time was to breed your Mightiest Mark Charizard.
But then the DLC came out.
And after spending $30 and some BP, you could find Charmander roaming about the Savannah biome.